Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Literary News Channel. I am your host, Maya Zitrin, and today I will be discussing the use of word choice in an opinion article titled, "You Are Not Who You Think You Are" by David Brooks. The quote I will be using today is, "Over the centuries, humans have come up with all sorts of concepts to describe different thinking activities, memory, perception, emotion, attention, decision-making. But now, as scientists develop greater abilities to look at the brain doing its thing, they often find that the activity they observe does not fit the neat categories our culture has created, and which we rely on to understand ourselves." The author uses a more simple and conversational word choice, such as the phrase "the brain doing its thing," and words like activities and categories. This makes the concept more readable and easier to understand for people who may have difficulty comprehending this complex idea because of its common word choice. All right, next up is Becca Mullins discussing the topic of diction in news articles. On to you, Becca.
Thanks, Maya. So my name is Rebecca Mullins, and today I'm going to be talking about the subject of diction. So I'm going to read something from the news article written by Margaret Wrinkle titled, "Give Dolly Parton a Statue Already." As you can tell, this is already a super opinionated piece filled with a lot of voice as she uses her opinions to kind of emphasize what she's talking about. In it, Margaret writes, "No one in the entire state of Tennessee is more beloved. It's possible that no one in the entire country is more beloved." So the way she speaks in this article is very straight to the point. You don't question what she believes, and you can kind of hear her voice as she is choosing such confident and strong viewpoints in this argument. When you listen to someone talk, you can often find different types of diction in how they present themselves and where their opinion lies and what they're talking about. So that's all I have for you today. Hannah, what do you have to say?
Thank you, Becca, for letting our listeners know about the use of diction. Today, I'll be discussing the use of figurative language. Specifically, I'll be talking about the metaphor in a podcast inside a rehab empire hosted by Reveal Podcasts. While multiple secrets from inside an Asheville rehab center are shared, one quote in particular stuck out to me. Someone interviewed said, "It hasn't worked out for Ryan, but as we'll hear, the program worked out pretty well for the woman who's behind the whole scheme. She turned the rehab into her own personal empire, complete with a collection of exotic animals." This quote stuck out to me because the speaker used the metaphor to directly compare residents of the program to exotic animals. It also painted a pretty cool picture in my brain. On to you, Julia.
Thank you. I'm here today with some breaking news about sentence structure. In a film review of the recent Marvel film, Black Widow, the author selects a longer sentence structure to portray herself as more professional. In one particular sentence, she says, "With many of these new Marvel productions, however, it seems that's the best we could hope for. Stories that finally feature the underrepresented heroes we want to see, but that often still serve as placeholders, slotting in another piece of the puzzle of the larger MCU as it continues to grow." The longer sentence structure allows her to utilize multiple stylistic choices. She includes a colon to expand her statement, alliteration when she says "finally feature," and even a metaphor as she considers the movie a part of the MCU puzzle. The impact of these choices on me, the reader, included me viewing the author as very professional. I felt as if I was reading something from a very experienced film reviewer and with accredited opinions. I found myself trusting and believing a lot of her points, just because of the way that she came across. Thank you so much for tuning in today to learn about stylistic choices.